What is up, YouTube? Welcome back or welcome to my channel if this is your first time. This is my channel Pixie Dust and Spirit Alchemy, where we talk about all sorts of things taboo, woo-woo, occult, hidden, esoteric, things that other people may find kind of strange or weird. We discuss all of that here. So welcome to my channel again. And guys, I'm super excited. Before I get started on this video, I just wanted to say I ordered a new webcam and a new microphone today that I will be picking up this afternoon. So this will be the last, hopefully, the last grainy sort of video that I've had to publish. I had recently bought a new webcam, but I missed the return date, and I do not like autofocus, I guess, because like I would try to make a video and it would focus or unfocus on my face, and then I'd be all blurry, and it was too distracting. I'd start looking at it and then I'd forget completely what I was even talking about. So hopefully this new webcam and microphone will work out, and in the meantime we're just gonna do like we've been doing thus far, which seems to have been working. So thank you for watching still, regardless of not HD quality yet. But alright guys, today's video is kind of something different a little bit. Again, you know, I'm trying to throw some curveballs at you guys, so not keeping everything strictly related to Gallery of Magic, but, you know, doing more. The Gallery of Magic doesn't encompass the entire occult world, you know? I mean, that's only a super small segment, and that kind of series of books, or that company, is rather new. You know, I don't know how long they've been around actually, but it's only been a few years. But magic in and of itself has been around much longer. It goes back to ancient days, right? So, and that's kind of where today's topic will be leaning towards. So let's get started. So today's video I'm kind of excited about, and it is going to be about pendulums, like we have here. Pendulums. What are pendulums? How do they work? How to use them? And what do they do? Do they even have success? Well, I'll let you know. So for those of you that are not familiar with pendulums, and for those that are even, I'll just kind of, you know, some of you may already know all this. Some of you may be skilled and adept at using pendulums. You may use them all the time. Some of you may have tried it and it wasn't for you. Not everyone is into divination. That's okay. But I wanted to put a video out there because I have had success and I do use pendulums regularly. And so I wanted to share it with you guys, you know, how they work, what I use them for, and you know, the simplicity of it really. So first of all, what is a pendulum? So for those that are maybe completely new to this and don't know anything about crystals, you know, when somebody says the word pendulum, you may think of like just a swinging, I guess that's for example, just like a swinging object, you know, going back and forth, just swinging from left to right, yada yada. That's essentially what a pendulum is without any detailed definition. So in the occult or magic world, a pendulum is a divination tool. And what is divination? Divination is sort of being able to determine the future, or the past, or other answers that are unknown at the time, and being able to gather these answers using certain tools. Tarot is a form of divination. Scrying is a form of divination. Fortune telling palmistry is a form of divination. Even in Harry Potter, when she uses the tea leaves, when that one teacher in like the one book, Mrs. I forget her name, but she uses tea leaves in her divination class to determine, you know, she sees something about Harry's future. But anyways, so that is what pendulums are used for in the magic sense. So I have a couple here. So this is one that I have. This was given to me by a good friend a few years ago. Just a rainbow stone. I don't know. I think it's kind of a combination of several different stones. Looks kind of like I mean, it has the chakras, right? So Roy G. Biv, essentially, in the color scheme, and then same thing here. So here's one pendulum. And then here's my other pendulum, which this one is actually from my aunt, who is very psychic herself, and we kind of bond over our shared interest in the occult. I kind of tend to take it a little bit deeper than she does, but she is still very psychic and does believe in, spirits and pendulum work, and that they do produce real results. So now, how do you use a pendulum? Like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? So now this is the part where it might get a little bit, I don't know. This is the part where the skeptics come out, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use a pendulum, and I'm going to show you in action the pendulum working. And for those that are skeptical about this, you may think that, oh, well, she's just using her hand to move that. Like, duh, there's no way that it's just swinging by itself, because of the energy. No, it's her hand. Like, yeah, well, I'm going to tell you that is absolutely not the case. My hand will be 100% still, and the crystal pendulum will move strictly based on the intent of the energy that I am applying towards it. So now, when you have your pendulum, it is important to kind of find out, people do all sorts of there's all sorts of methods of using pendulums, right? Like, some people have books, some people have charts that will even spell the alphabet on it or something, almost like a Ouija board, and the pendulum can move to certain letters if you really want a detailed answer. Generally, the way that I was taught and explained was that you keep it super simple, right? You want to first kind of get in tune with your pendulum. I think actually, both of them work, but I think I'm going to use this one just to start. I don't know, I felt like picking it up. So now I hold it with one hand up at the top here, right? And you can keep your other hand beneath it. Sometimes I keep it next to it, or it could be totally just on the ground. It doesn't really matter where your other hand is. And then the questions that you ask these pendulums must warrant a yes or no answer. So, because, it's going to swing one way for yes and one way for no and another way for maybe. But it's not going to swing a certain direction just to tell you, if Timmy's in love with you or something. You know what I mean? Unless you ask, is Timmy in love with me? But even then, not really the best question to ask a pendulum. So, getting your pendulum here, you want to start by communicating with it and asking the pendulum to show you your definition of yes and your definition of no, meaning which way does the pendulum swing that will warrant a yes question, or a yes answer or a no answer. So now I'm simply going to not say out loud, but in my mind, I'm internally asking this pendulum to show me yes. So here we go. And do you see how the pendulum is now swinging? All I did was it was still, and I said, show me yes, and then it'll start to swing. Now I'll do the same thing, and it'll show me no. And now you can see how before the pendulum was swinging left to right for yes, and now it is swinging front to back for no. My hand is not moving. I'm trying to keep it as sturdy and as still as possible. If it moves a little bit, I still swear that's not the cause of the pendulum moving. And if you believe it is, then I don't know what else to tell you. Just try it yourself. So now I'm going to get it to show me maybe. Okay, so let's get it still. You know what? This one, I'm going to use this other pendulum just to show you that they all work. And now you'll see the pendulum is spinning in a circle for maybe. So for me, the pendulums move left to right for yes, back and forth for no, and in a circle for maybe. Now that's not the case for everybody. Yours may be different, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong. It's just almost your intuitive your own intuitive answer with your pendulum. It's like your own connection, your own relationship. And you know what's kind of crazy? Yesterday, I went to lunch with a friend who is also interested in some of this stuff. And I had this necklace on. I wear this a lot. And I had it tucked in my shirt. And we were sitting at lunch, and she asked to see it. And I was like, okay. And I had also brought her this book, which is an Akashic Records book, How to Read the Akashic Records. And, I'm kind of starting to get into that. But basically, this book that I'd gotten just had bad vibes. Like, I didn't like it. I mean, I don't even know why I bought it. I bought it because the topic interests me. That's why I bought it. But the book in and of itself, every time I hadn't read it, I'd owned it for over a year, and every time I opened it, it was just like it was just negative energy. It was not good. So I brought the book because I wanted her to be able, I just wanted to see kind of what she sensed from it. And she didn't like it either. She was like, no. And she ended up asking me for my necklace. This one right here, which I will take off and demonstrate. And she used it as a pendulum, which I have never even thought. I've had this necklace for a couple years, and I've never even once thought to use it as a pendulum before. But this is made, it says in German around here that it's made from certain minerals. So I think maybe that was kind of the instigation for her to do that. And so she sat there and she had the book underneath. Had the book underneath the pendulum and was asking it if the book had negative energy, and it said yes. And also if it was self-created negative energy, if it was something that I put into the book, and it said no. And then I later ended up asking if I should get rid of the book, and it said yes, and I took it to Half Price Books that day and sold it for $1. Some books just have other infused negative energy on them from wherever they may have come from. And honestly, the store that I got it at the time, the guy at the counter was a little bit rude. And at a metaphysical shop, you should just not be rude, because that just sets bad juju for the store, I feel like. I don't know, maybe he was going through something, but you know what I mean? So, let me just show you really quick that this necklace, this little amulet, can also be used. And let me show you what it is. I wear it in almost every video. And it's the sun and the planets, and the glyphs of the planets, and then in the side it says, I'm going to mess this up because I don't speak German. It's Dieser Thaler ist dennent Mineralien preparier. Maybe I'll just edit that part out. I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just get it to show me yes and show me no, and then show me maybe. So here it is, showing me yes. And here it is, showing me no. Slightly. And then a third. There we go. The maybe circles are a little wonky with this. I might be facing, oh, there it goes, the wrong way, but the circle is for maybe. So, how does that even happen? Like, how am I causing a pendulum or a necklace to move with my thoughts? Well, hopefully, if you're watching this video, you already believe and know and realize that thoughts are energy, right? And these pendulums are made from minerals or crystals that also contain energy. So what's happening when I ask the pendulum a question, or for it to show me, telling it to show me yes or show me no, is I am directing that energy, the energy of that question, to the pendulum and resulting in it replicating an appropriate answer. All magic is energy work, manipulation of the universal force of energy that is around us, that we may or may not, be aware of, or feel, or sensitive to. Not everybody is, and that's okay. But those of us that are, little pendulums here can be used as great tools in just finding questions. When one time I did a pendulum class at this little spiritualist camp that I was in one summer, and this lady, I guess the medium that was leading it, told us that some people will even go as far as to bring their pendulum to the grocery store and use it over the produce to kind of show them which produce is fresh and best, I guess. I don't do that. I don't necessarily use it on such a day-to-day basis. I really only use it if I'm struggling with a question, and maybe I'm too foggy-headed or something to determine an answer myself. And then I'll turn to divination in multiple forms. I do tarot readings for myself occasionally, but I don't consider myself the strongest or the best tarot reader, so I don't do it often. And if I do use tarot, I will also use a pendulum to determine answers. So, let's see. Should we ask a question? Another question? What's a good question to ask? Okay, I'm going to ask it an obvious one, and I'll use the rainbow one again. I'm going to ask it if my webcam and microphone... Actually, no, that's a bad one, because I already know the answer. So let's think of an answer that we maybe don't know. All right. This is a book of Disney songs. I'm going to set it right here. And I don't know, it has 50 songs inside, and I do not know all of the songs in here. But I'm going to ask it if there's a certain Disney song in this book, and then see whether or not there actually is. So, let's do, what's a good Disney song? I'm going to do The Circle of Life. Let's do The Circle of Life. Or found in The Lion King. I almost said The Little Mermaid, and I was like, no. But The Circle of Life, good song. Good movie, too, in Lion King. Alright, so now I will ask my pendulum, is the Circle of Life song found in this book? So strong yes. That's what I'm gathering. So let's check and see if the Circle of Life is indeed found in this Disney book. Go to the index. Oh, I swear to God, I did not know. I have not touched this since I was a kid. On page 30, Circle of Life. Alright, let's think of another one really quick, just for another example that I may not know. I'll use the other pendulum this time. What's a Disney song? What's a good Disney song that may not be in this book? How about Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid this time. Ursula sings it. Alright. So I'm getting the answer no, that it is not in this book, which I don't know. I swear to God, I don't know. And so let's see. There is no Poor Unfortunate Souls song in this book. I'm not going to hold this up here forever for you to read all of them, but if you want to pause the video and read all the song titles just to proof check me, then go for it, but I'm not going to hold it there for very long. But that is just one example that you can, one very small example that you could do to use pendulums. I use them occasionally. Like I said, I mostly use them when I'm struggling with a question or something. But they are good tools to kind of tune into your intuition, to tap in, get clarity on what you may already know to be true or maybe not. Sometimes they can answer things that aren't known to us. And sometimes they're things that we already feel intuitively, but we haven't been able to confirm yet. Because, if you're anything like me, sometimes I doubt my intuition because my ego gets in the way. I'm only human. So this is what a pendulum is, or these are what pendulums are and what they do and what they are used for. Now you can use them for other things too. You can use them for essentially whatever you want to use your pendulum for. But that was just one example. Basic yes and no questions. There may be some other people, that, like I said, can spell letters with them or something and get more detailed answers, or you can get in tune with spirit, like spirit world, using pendulums, asking if spirit is here, present or not. It just started saying yes, but I don't think maybe spirit is present in here. I don't know. Maybe I'm channeling all the energies. But yeah, so these are my 2 little pendulums, and then in addition to this necklace, I didn't even realize. But honestly, you could use many things, just a crystal wrapped on a string, as long as it's an energetic form of stone, I guess, or mineral, or something, some solid product with energy, then it can be used. Like if I used, I don't really even have another necklace sitting around here or something, but if I used like, okay, hold on. All right, so this is just a wire cage. There's absolutely nothing in it. No crystals, but you can put a crystal in there. So I am really shouting, show me yes, in my head right now. And let me get it still. And there's absolutely no movement because this isn't going to work because it's a piece of plastic. So whether or not you guys believe in magic or pendulums or divinity, that's on you. That's okay. But I wanted this to be an informational video for those that are curious about them or see them in action. And, it's not for everybody. I remember one time when I first got into pendulum work, I showed 3 of my best friends. And I was like, y'all gotta try it, it's really easy. And so I showed a couple of them, and they couldn't get it to move, which they were like, oh, whatever. And then my one friend, she started to, she had it in her hand, and I told her, told them like all to just say like, show me yes or show me no. And I think she started to say one of those, and it began moving, and she freaked out. She was like, whoa, shouldn't you put it down? She's like, yeah, I don't know what that was, but it's not my thing. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I can respect that if it's not everybody's thing. But she didn't deny that it worked just because it wasn't her thing. So I was grateful for that. I was like, well, thanks for being open-minded and trying it anyways. And my other 2 friends, that just wasn't their thing either, and that's fine. It can happily be the thing for those of us that enjoy it and use it. That's all I've got for today, you guys. But next video, we'll hopefully have that new webcam and new microphone. So stay tuned. I'm super excited because I get picky and I know that HD is like the thing now. So, but y'all have a wonderful day, night, morning, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this video. I hope you got something from it. If you use pendulums in any other way, shape, or form, in any other manner, let me know. I'm kind of curious, I've actually haven't used them in a while, and then until recently, and then it was even more, I was kind of already thinking about doing a pendulum video, and then yesterday when my friend used this necklace as a pendulum, I was like, now this is perfect, like the perfect time. Now I have to make the video right now. So I did. You guys stay safe, stay kind, stay curious, and until next time, peace.